AITA for telling my girlfriend I'll keep honoring my best friend's dying wish even if it makes her uncomfortable. My late best friend and I knew each other since we were little. We were next door neighbors and always played together. We even went to the same kindergarten, primary school and high school together. One day during our sophomore year, we started talking about how most of our classmates had started dating. We obviously weren't okay with that and decided get one up on all of them by getting married. As a joke, I made her a fake ring and she gave me her scrunchie. A few weeks later, a drunk driver hit her. She sustained multiple injuries and was in the ICU for 2 months. The doctor told her family that her survival chances are slim. In the only time I talked to her before she died, she made me promise to always visit her on our wedding anniversary and to wear her scrunchie during the visit. 4 years ago when I started dating my girlfriend, I told her about it and asked if she was okay with it. She commented about how sweet and nice the tradition was and told me she was perfectly fine with it. Today was the 10th anniversary and I took the day off. Before my girlfriend went to work, she told me it's time to put this tradition to rest and move on because it was starting to get pathetic that I still wear a dead girl scrunchie to celebrate a fake marriage that we had 10 years ago. I was furious at her comments because she wasn't just a dead girl. She was my best friend and like a sister to me. We grew up and did everything together. I told my girlfriend a long time ago that we never had a sexual or romantic relationship and that our wedding was just a joke. It's not like I talk about her or keep her photos around the house or anything similar. The only times I've talked about her to my girlfriend is when I told her if she was okay with the tradition, or if she asked me about her. When I told her that I'll keep honoring my best friend's dying wish even if it made her uncomfortable, she left for work angry at me and hasn't came back home yet. Story 2. AITA for setting a glitter trap to catch my mother-in-law trying to snoop. For some weird reason my MIL really wants to go into our bedroom whenever she comes over. On one occasion I followed her as she went upstairs and she walked past the bathroom on the main floor and up the stairs behind it. She didn't hear me and I caught her walking straight into my room and rifling through bills on my dresser. She denied snooping and said she was just going to use our bathroom because she couldn't find the other ones. She walked right past the one on the main floor and another one in the upstairs hallway to go into our bedroom. Since that happened, I installed an exterior doorknob that requires a key on our bedroom door and one on the door to our office spare bedroom. However, she's still always forgetting where the bathroom is and trying the bedroom and office door. This really ticks me off. My husband says that I just get annoyed at this because everything she does drives me crazy. And since we've put locks on the rooms we don't want her in, there isn't really a problem anymore. Well, over the holidays we had my in-laws over for dinner. And before they came I was searching for the bedroom keys. We hadn't used them in a while since we only lock the doors when MIL comes over. My husband told me we didn't need to lock the doors since she wouldn't try to get into the rooms and I insisted that she would because she loves to snoop. We went back and forth and decided to cover the doorknobs in superfine glitter to see if she tried them. I did this once before when husband didn't believe me about the snooping to prove she'd been in the rooms. Last time she ignored the glitter and we didn't say anything about it, but then my husband couldn't deny that she'd tried to snoop. So this time I covered the knobs in glitter and for the office went a touch further and rigged a little folder of glitter over the door to the office before the in-laws came over. I left it one side unlocked and it was set so if you walked in the room you would get covered in glitter. Husband goes out of his way to show his mom the main floor bathroom when they got here and specifically asks his parents and sister not to go upstairs. There's a baby gate so the kids can't get upstairs either. Well, guess who had to go to the bathroom and got covered in glitter and had it all over their hands and hair? She completely lost it and started screaming at me, so I yelled back and now my husband is saying I went too far and I'm the asshole. MIL also says I'm the asshole but Sil says I didn't do anything wrong and MIL deserved it for snooping. Phil is Switzerland. Apparently her car is ruined now too because it's covered in glitter that she can't get cleaned up. So AITA, ETA. I can't believe this blew up and I wanted to say thank you for all the support and the awards. My husband woke up and found this post, and I think the comments have been an eye-opener. We are going to start couples therapy in January, so I think that will be great for us. I will be ordering some cellulose glitter that is biodegradable and safer for future projects. And if she comes over again I will set up a camera, haha, or at least print out some fun fake documents so if she snoops again she can at least find something interesting. Story 3. AITA for telling my stepdad and mom that they shouldn't be surprised at what my little brother said to them when they pulled a prank on him. I am an older sister to my little brother who finished high school last year. My little brother and I are really close. He says I'm the best friend he has and he loves me more than anyone. My brother has been asking our stepdad, mother, if he could get a new car for his grad party since last year. And he said he'd pay 50-75% with his own hard-earned money while they paid the rest. They said no. I have a car but I had been working for one, They helped me pay off for it. So my brother's arguments with our parents got heated after a while. One time I told my brother that I'd help him pay off expenses for a good car once I got my own. He hugged me and said I didn't need to worry and that he owed me way more than I owed him. But he continued to press our parents all of last year until they gave in and said yes like they did for me. Note that our stepdad and my brother have a negative relationship for the most part. Our bio mother and stepdad got together soon after our bio dad and mom divorced when we were little. My brother thinks that stepdad and mother were seeing each other before our real parents divorced and TBH. I think that might be true. Not certain, though. Anyway, my stepdad, mother and brother compromised and said they'd get him the car in 2021 so that people don't gawk at him at the graduation party. June this year my brother and stepdad, mother are still on about the car. Now the argument's getting loud and lasting hours until evening. My stepdad was getting into screaming matches with my brother over it, but they reached a final compromise of the car being bought last week. The fated morning comes and my brother wakes up to our stepdad and mom guiding him outside to a car, but not his, our mother's. Stepdad used his and my brother's money on a dumb prank, bought a completely different model of car, and said it was for our mother. Our mom and stepdad just laughed and kissed each other. My brother didn't lose it. He didn't even look angry. He just looked dead in our stepdad's eyes and said, and I'm not joking, verbatim, "You might think I'm fucking stupid. You might think whatever, but I'm just better than you, bro. You know that. I know that. And our mom is a fucking idiot for staying with a prick like you. But I'll make you wish you'd never fucking met us. I promise you. You might be laughing now, but you'll be crying later." He then walked off, not even looking back at them as they stared horrified. They asked me what was that about and I, feeling terrible for my brother, said they had it coming and not to be surprised. So now they grounded both of us. I've had to explain the situation to my friends as I can't see them anymore, but I feel so bad for my baby brother and they back me up on this and ask me to comfort him as much as possible. But our parents are so mad, and they can't see that my brother had his heart crushed. AITA. Story 4. AITA for telling my fiancé if I see her friend again I'm calling the cops. Me and Erica dated for 2 years and have been engaged the last 4 months. After we got engaged, Erica moved into my house. I still pay the mortgage while she pays for utilities, groceries and household items. After we get married, the plan is to put her on the house so she gets equity as well. Her friend Lee and her have been best friends since high school. I don't particularly like Lee but have also been cordial as I know she's gonna be in my life. My issue is Lee thinks of my home as hers. Couple examples. She always brings her boyfriend over and he's a sketchball. She talks to me in a very disrespectful way in my own house, like I'm a guest and she, Erica, own it. One day I went out to my garage and some of my tools were missing. I checked my camera and Lee, BF, were in my garage with Erica and took some tools with them. I asked Erica and she said they were just borrowing and would return them. I had to reach out multiple times for them to finally return the tools weeks later. I have a nice wine, liquor collection and I was working late one Friday. While working I heard some clinking of bottles together. Erica wasn't home so I went out to see what was up. Lee was behind my bar. I asked what she was doing and she said that Erica told her it was okay to borrow a bottle of wine for her party, and that she would pay it back. I told her no, that wasn't all right, and to leave. I asked Erica about this and she said I don't remember telling Lee she could take a bottle, but I might have, I don't remember. I told her at this point I wasn't comfortable with Lee being in my house. Erica sorta understood but also blew me off. Final straw came when I wanted to go hit some golf balls and my clubs were missing. I freaked out because I golf regularly and my clubs are my biggest investment. Went to check the camera again and Lee used my garage code and took the clubs. I blew up, called Erica and told her to get them back immediately. Erica said Lee had asked for the garage code to grab some clothes from her closet, and not my clubs. I threatened to call the police but Erica stopped me. Lee kept telling us that her boyfriend needed them for a work thing. I got them back almost 4 days after they were taken and they were dirty. At this point I sat Erica down and told her that if I see Lee in my house again then I'm calling the cops. No discussion. Erica got upset saying that it's her best friend, and that wasn't fair to do to her in our house. I said it's a pattern and since Erica's stuff isn't affected she doesn't care. I said she can go over to Lee's if she wants to see her. She said she can't do this because Lee doesn't like her apartment, and Lee's BF is always there, which makes Erica uncomfortable. I'm now getting the silent treatment and getting called an but I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. AITA. Edit. Update. I want to thank you all for the kind words and comments. I knew after reading the comments that it was time to come to a resolution. I decided to drive home from work and talk with Erica. When I showed up, Lee's car was parked in the drive. I went inside and they were watching TV. I told Lee immediately to get out. She tried to argue but I told her if she didn't then I'm calling the police. Erica tried to get pissy that I kicked her friend out but I said I'm done talking about Lee because at this point nothing is changing with that relationship. Sat Erica down and showed her this post. 20 minutes of reading later, I asked her what she thought. She said those people don't understand our relationship or Lee. I knew then that it was over. I asked her to hold out her hand and I took the ring off. She begged, saying she is sorry and she'll cut Lee off, etc. I told her I can't even trust her with the garage code. How am I supposed to trust her as my wife? She's locked herself in our room now. I'm in the kitchen packing up her things. I called her dad, mom, telling them about what has happened, and they were furious. Lee is apparently banned from their house and has been since HS. I didn't know this, but her parents said it's been like this since HS. They are coming this weekend to get Erica and the stuff. I couldn't be any happier than I am right now. A huge weight feels lifted off my shoulders. I felt like if I never made this post, I wouldn't have ever seen how messed up my life had become. Sincerely, thank you everyone. Can't wait to take my clubs out and play around now that I have more free time. Really excited to see what single life brings, and can't thank you all enough again.